Today we will be discussing Indian polity questions on Model Test 1, and we will first explain the concepts related with each and every questions, each question, and then we will discuss how whether the question is correct or wrong. That will be the approach we will be taking in this question answer discussion. So we will go to the first question, and before we go to the first question, as I have told, we need to discuss certain concepts. There we need to know what is a constitution. We can say that constitution is the fundamental law of the land. It is the fundamental law of the land. We know what is fundamental law of the land. When we say it is something is a fundamental, constitution is a fundamental law of the nation, we understand that it is a basis of the governance in the country. So when we say constitution is a basis of governance of the country, it means that constitution makes three organs of the state, that is legislature, executive and judiciary, and assigns powers and functions to each organs of the state. So constitution makes three organs of the state and it assigns the three organs the respective powers also, and that helps in the governance of the country. So we can say that constitution is the fundamental law of the land. When we say it, so it means that it is the fundamental of governance of the country. We will now look into four types of constitutions. The first one is written constitution and unwritten constitution. What are the difference between? We will be looking what are the difference between written constitution and an unwritten constitution. When we say written constitution, it means that the provisions are properly codified into a single legal document. That is a main feature of a written constitution. Properly codified. The provisions are codified into a single legal document. That is a definition of a written constitution. As in case of unwritten constitution, we know that not properly codified. Not properly codified. That is a main concept related with unwritten constitution. And in a country with a written constitution, constitution will be supreme. It means constitution is a basis of every every law in the country. But in case of, or we can say that constitution is the formal source of governance or formal source of every other laws in the country. But in case of a country with an unwritten constitution, we know that their constitution is not the supreme, rather it is the parliament is the supreme. So we cannot say that constitution is the formal source of all other laws. Rather laws made by the parliament, similarly conventions, customs followed by the legislature, executive, etc., all are part of an unwritten constitution. So we cannot say that in case of an unwritten constitution, constitution is the basis of, or constitution is the formal source of all law. And in case of written constitution, so when we know that unwritten constitution includes laws, conventions and customs, we understand that unwritten constitution is an evolved constitution, evolved by years by adding new laws to the constitution, similarly including the conventions and customs practiced in that specific country. So we can say that unwritten constitution is an evolved constitution. On the opposite, it is an enacted constitution. That is a main difference between a written constitution and unwritten constitution. And we will look into two other more types of constitution, that is rigid constitution and a flexible constitution. Rigid and flexible. This classification of rigid constitution, flexible constitution is based on its ability or based on the amendability of the constitution. That is the basis of this classification. When we say it is a rigid constitution, the amendment procedure is very difficult. It means it is very difficult to amend a rigid constitution. But in case of a flexible constitution, we know that it is very easy to amend the constitution. That is the main difference between a rigid constitution and a flexible constitution. So that are certain concepts that will help you to answer the first two questions, and now we will look into the first two questions. The first question is, what is or are the major difference or differences between a written and an unwritten constitution? Before you go to answer a question, what you need to look into is that this is a two statement question, and the rule for a two statement question is that you can answer only if you know both the statement, or only if you have proper clarity related with both the statements written in the question. If you do not have proper clarity, don't go for the guessworks in case of two statement questions. So you need to have proper clarity with related to the questions. If it is a with related to the statements provided in the question, if it is a two statement question. And the first statement is an unwritten constitution is the formal source of all constitutional laws in the country, and the written constitution is not the formal source of all laws. And we already told that is as our discussion, the statement here is just contrary to the discussions we just had. And in case of written constitution is the formal source of all laws, but in case of unwritten constitution is not the formal source of all other laws in the country. So the first statement is wrong. And in case of the second statement, in written constitution, convention play a dominant role while they do not have any role in the unwritten constitution. That statement is also wrong, because the concepts related with written constitution and unwritten constitution has been interchanged. Conventions play a role in unwritten constitution only, not in written constitution. So both the statements are wrong only. And what you have to remember from this is that usually UPSC changes the concepts of usually UPSC changes the definition or explanations of, interchanges the definition and definition or explanation of two statements, two subjects or two topics, and that is the same approach the question also has followed. The question has changed the explanation of written constitution and unwritten constitution, and such things usually happens in UPSC examination also, and that point you have to keep in mind. That is the first thing that you have to, that is one thing you have to keep in mind with regard to the first question. And so since both the statements are wrong, the correct option is D, neither one nor two. Now we will go to the second question. Consider the following statements, and before you go to the question, you need to understand that this is a three statement question. If you are asked to answer a three statement, a four statement or five statement question, the method you have to follow to get into get the correct answer is to use the elimination method based on the knowledge you have. So we will apply the same method in this case also. The first statement is that Constitution is the fundamental law of the land and demarcates the responsibilities of the organs of the state. And we already discussed the definition of the Constitution, and according to that definition, the first statement is correct statement only. So we know that, so from that we can understand that option C is not the correct answer. So you can strike down option C. The second statement is unwritten constitutions are evolved constitution and it constitutes only laws made by the representative body called parliament. That statement is wrong. The first part of the statement is correct only, that is unwritten constitutions are evolved constitutions only. But the second part of the question, second part of the statement is wrong, and it says that unwritten constitution constitutes only laws made by the representative body called parliament. We already discussed it has laws made by the parliament, similarly conventions, customs, these all things are part of the unwritten constitution. So that statement is wrong. There you have to remember that, or you have to give stress to the word only, and that was the reason why the statement became a wrong statement. So the second statement is wrong. Since the second statement is wrong, you can also nullify option B and option D, and you get the correct answer. Option A is you got the correct answer, that is option A, by the method of elimination, by applying elimination. Now, even though we got the answer, we have one more statement left, and we have to read it and ensure that the statement, the answer we got is correct only. So, unamendability of the constitution is a feature of rigid constitution. We told that in case of both rigid constitution and flexible constitution, constitution can be amended, but the difference is that in case of rigid constitution, amendment is very difficult. That is the only thing, but there is no concept like unamendability. The rigid constitution also can be amended, but amendment is very difficult. So the third statement is also wrong. So we can go to the, we can make the first question, A as the answer for the second question.